Doodlebud here for all the Kaweco sport fans out there. We have the very highly anticipated Kaweco Sport Piston. Sport is a really fun little pen, and for many it's their first fountain pen. For me, it was almost my very first. It was between this and a TWSBI Eco. I got the Eco first. But it's highly portable, super collectible, all the fun colors. There's different materials as well. You have, standard plastics, you have aluminums, you have brass, you have stainless steel, and then all sorts of gorgeous colors, special editions, all that. The one little thing with it is it's a little tricky when it comes to bottled ink. It takes a standard international short cartridge, but then if you want to go beyond that, you either have to manually fill the cartridge or use their tiny little piston filler mechanism on here. So folks who love the sport have been desperately wanting a sport with the piston mechanism, and here we go. Comes in this lovely little tin here. Now the very oh so kind Used over there at Appelboom Pen sent me this one to check out, to review and share with you guys, and for some reason the tin is impossible to open. It was really easy the first time. There we go. In here, of course, you have a quick instruction manual. There's a sticker. Now I did quickly check out the instruction manual. It gives you all the history, all that sort of stuff. I'm sure you can go on the Kaweco site and see all that. Now it does have instructions, and it shows you how to fill it. It has all the different pen types. For the fountain pen, it just strictly shows you to put a cartridge in. So it doesn't tell you how to fill the piston. It's pretty obvious, but I will show you how to do that. Obviously, now we have the pen. Currently, it comes in this matte black with the gold style trim on here. Very similar to what I have on this Kaweco here. Slightly different clip design. This more has the clip design like I have on my other Kaweco Sport, but just in the shiny gold plated trim. We have, of course, the very iconic finial at the very end of the pen. Sorry about my grubby fingers. I was doing some plumbing, and I have some ABS glue still stuck on, so that's not coming off anytime soon. We have a nice clip on there, little ring, and in the back, this is how you get to the piston. So we have a blind cap situation, and let me zoom out here. Pop off the cap. It comes off in 1 3/4 turns. There's 1, there's 3/4, and off it goes. You have the Kaweco Sport there right in the side. I think the standard ones have it, but it's in lettering on there that's filled in. So this is right into the aluminum body. That's an aluminum body pen, which is anodized. And here is that lovely little ink window. I've been using it, and I cleaned out the pen just so I could show you for the review. You simply turn the knob, just like with any piston filler, drive the piston down, draw up your ink, and you have a nice little ink window to monitor that. Now, if you want to service the pen, you can pop out the nib one of two ways. You can either just slide it out, friction fit, and if you need to get in there, you can get in there, or you can pop that back in. You can also do nib swapping, which is really cool with the sports. You can just unscrew the whole nib housing. Be mindful, there is a little O-ring, as you can see there, so you don't want to lose that. And now that gives you access. We won't be able to see just due to simply contrast, but for whatever reason, if you feel you have to grease the piston, I would recommend you just get like a paper clip. Might as well show you since we're doing this anyways. I would put a teeny little dab of silicone grease on there. You slide up through the center, you'll gain access. There we go. We can see the paper clip in there. You can go in and just give a little dab around on the sides, teeniest little bit, draw it out, and then you can run that piston up and down just to distribute that grease. If you find it's getting sticky over time from all sorts of cleaning, or you just want to grease it, that's all you got to do to the pen. Don't take it apart any further. It's not meant to, I don't think, and anyways, you don't need to. That's good enough for cleaning it out. Let's put the little cap back on, and let me show you a little, I don't know if it's a blunder or a cool feature. It does post, just like every other Kaweco Sport does. There we go. But if you turn the pen, you unthread the little blind cap. So I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not, or just noticed it, but it does when you go to ink the pen. Where do you put the cap? Well, you got the cap off anyways here in the, for the main body. You can do that, and now that the cap is in here, so you're not going to lose it. Put it in, ink up, do your thing. We'll show you that in a moment. Oh yeah, on the back here too, if in case you care. There we go there. It's got the little Kaweco piece in the piston filler mechanism. Put that back on, screw it on, boom, and there you go. So that was it. I don't know if it's if you think that's a good feature or bad feature. Thought I'd point it out either way. Actually, I don't mind that. At first I thought, oh, is that a mistake? But then I thought about it, and well, I think I'll actually do that when I go to fill the pen. I think that's going to be my preferred way, just so I don't lose that little blind cap. So I'm not sure if that was intentional or accidental, but it's there nonetheless. We'll do a quick little size comparison. It's essentially the same size as the other pens and give you some weights and dimensions, but then we'll hurry up and start writing with it and show you how to ink it. Size comparison first, then I'll give you actual dimensions. We have a couple of the regular plastic versions of the Kaweco Sport. Flanking the Piston Sport over here is the AC Sport, and in the back is the Gravitas Pocket in stainless steel. When you post the pen, now you start to notice a little bit of a difference. So with the regular Sports, they work out to about 132 millimeters when you post it. The pen on its own, it's capped at 105. So these are all 105. But now when you post the Piston version, a little bit shorter, works out to about 126 millimeters. So that's about the only real difference between the pens. As far as dimensionally, diameters, all that are the same across the cap and the main barrels. But there's a quick little side-by-side you can see. So yeah, just a little bit shorter when you post the Piston version. Now I did previously weigh the pen pretty much when I first got it and inked it up. It's 21.8 grams like so, empty, 11.3 that's in the cap. When I'd fill it up, I checked the difference. I was getting about 1.2 milliliters of ink. The ink I am going to put into it, this is one of my current favorites. This is from Pure Pens, Coronation Blue. You don't have to get out syringes to fill cartridges or use that tiny little converter. We can just fill this right up. So let's show you how this is done. I'm going to put the cap on the back, undo the piston that way, and let's fill this up. And now I'll screw the cap back on. There we go, blind cap is on, and we're ready to write. Let me wash my hands because I touched the bottle. Now mine happens to be equipped with a little extra fine nib, so it's a very fine line. Doesn't show off ink characteristics too much. That is why I'm switching it up and using this Regalia paper. It tends to really show off ink. Makes your line width a little bit thicker, but we'll get a lovely action here on this paper. Inside the cap, I haven't mentioned this yet, but there is the standard little cap liner that's in there. On this translucent one here, you can see little cap liner, so when you go to seal up the pen, your nib is always ready to go. That's one thing I do appreciate with the Sports. I can leave mine inked for months at a time, and they're always ready to go. So the same little cap liner inside. Just a quick and dirty writing sample of the pen. Works wonderfully. It hasn't hard started at all since I've received it. I've used it for a bunch of other stuff because again it's mega portable. Had to go to Home Depot, and I'm doing some renovations and some repairs right now, so put my list together. After I did that list, this is like when I first got the pen. I just did some random writing as well, and I've been very pleased. The nib out of the box was pretty darn good. No scratchiness, flow seemed to be bang on where it should be. So overall, as far as performance and writing and everything else, super pleased with the pen. Ink capacity, I know I was just watching some of the chatter online. I'm curious what other people think about this who are hardcore sport fans. Some wish the ink capacity was a little bit more. You're kind of constrained by dimensions. We're still keeping the pen very, very compact, thin. You know, there's not a whole lot of body to use to fill as far as ink capacity goes. You could grow it, but you would have to essentially just thicken the pen without making it longer. So, you know, it is what it is. You're kind of constrained with dimensions, but I think the solution works quite well. I think this is kind of interesting, the blind cap. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that, and you know how it works with posting it. Once I discovered it, you know, I haven't had an issue just regular use. You know, but I just noticed that when I tried it, and I have, you know, since then been filling the pen that way. just keeping it in there so it doesn't roll off underneath somewhere and maybe you lose it, because that would really, really suck, and then it just goes back on there. So to me, actually, I kind of like that feature. It's grown on me. When I first thought it, I thought maybe it was a fault, but now it's a feature. So there we go. If you're looking at one of these, this is highly anticipated. People waiting for this forever. I'm really enjoying the pen. I still wish they made one just a little bit bigger. Same look, same style, essentially same everything, just an XL. A little bit thicker, just a touch longer, not too much. And I would absolutely love it. It's currently like just this color, this format, this flat black with the gold. I think it looks super sharp. I am imagining, I don't know for sure, but I would imagine, knowing Kaweco with all the color options they do and all their other pens, I don't see why this one at some point wouldn't come out with some cool color treatments as well. So big thanks goes out to Youst over there at Appelboom for sending me this lovely Kaweco Sport Piston to review and share my thoughts with everybody there. Check out their website for their details. Also, there's a discount code down below. As always, I'd love to hear from you. Hit the thumbs up, chit chat down there. Hit the subscribe if you haven't, because if you do, there's some really cool videos I'm working on. Until then, I'll catch you next time.